Hello guys, and this is TheRussianGenius, and let me show you what you can do with one of the worst decks on the planet. Now this is a deck that you have maybe seen before, I'm not sure. So this is a 5-year-old deck of cards. And let me take this out of the box. These are definitely some of the worst playing cards I have tried, and this is made from India, I don't know, but this is definitely one of the worst decks I have ever tried. And honestly, you can do a lot of awesome stuff even though you have a bad deck of cards. I get a lot of comments saying, hey, I cannot do the classic pass because I have a bad deck of cards, I cannot do the double lift, I cannot do the second deal, I can't do shit because I have a bad deck of cards. And man, the deck doesn't matter. It's so, how do I explain this? The deck does not matter. You can use any deck you want. Honestly, alright, I'm not lying, alright? I used this deck for a whole year and I made around $300 of this deck. Look, I've been using this deck, it's 5 years old, and I made $300 by performing off this deck the first year. So what I'm trying to say is the first year I was performing, then I made $300 just off this deck. And it honestly doesn't matter what kind of deck you have, and I'm going to show you that this is honestly one of the worst decks. As you can see, first of all, this deck has a lot of crimps. Can you see this? This is almost everywhere. Let me show you on this card as well. As you can see, the same problem. So as you can see, this deck has a lot of crimps and a lot of the cards, they are ruined. So as you can see, you can easily see that it's ruined. That's all that I'm trying to say. And let me show you how amazingly this fans. This deck fans awesome. Let me show you how it spreads. Let me also show you how it actually spreads on a table, alright? Now look, let me show you how it spreads on a table. Can you see that? Can you see how amazing this deck is? This deck sucks. It really does, alright? So let me show you some magic tricks and let me try to prove that this deck, let me prove you guys, man, my English sucks. Let me prove that you can do magic with any deck. Look. Just like that, can you see that? You can do flourishes, that's easy, and let me prove that you're able to do magic tricks with a shit deck. So look, we are going to do the ambitious card, alright? Let's go in the center of the deck and let's pick, any card that we can use for the ambitious card. So the 8 of diamonds, for instance. So let's use the 8 of diamonds for the ambitious card. I'm going to take this Sharpie and I'm gonna show you guys that you can use a shit deck to still perform some awesome magic. So TRG, this stands for TheRussianGenius. Ooh, nice. I've also been practicing on pen stuff, as you can see, just like that. On the table, so TRG, as you can see, that's TheRussianGenius, that's me. So anyways, as you can see right there on top of the deck, and I'm gonna place the card in the center, and we are gonna do the ambitious card, alright? In the center, snap my fingers, or I can also riffle the deck, and the card jumps all the way to the top. 8 of diamonds, as you can see. I'm going to try to do it once again. Place it around the center, just like this. I am going to riffle the deck, and one card jumps all the way to the top, and it's the 8 of diamonds which we picked. As you can see, let me do it few more times, alright? In the center, snap, or riffle if I want to, and it jumps all the way to the top. Now this may seem a little bit weird, but let me try this few more times in the center. And now the card is all the way on top. So look. Oh wait, I forgot to snap, alright? So look. Just like that, snap my fingers, and now it's actually on top. Now, you might ask me, why did I cut the clip? Because I think I flashed, so I redid it, alright? We can also do it face up. Now, when doing this face up, it may look a little bit different, and let me show you how it looks like. So, when we place the card face up, then we actually have to riffle the deck, you know, somehow like this, and in the action of riffling the deck, the card should actually jump to the top. So let me show you what I mean, alright? Just like that, it jumps to the top, just by riffling the cards. Let's do it once again, and the card jumps to the top. It's kinda weird, and I don't understand what happens. And as I said, we actually don't have to riffle, we can also do something else. So I'm going to place the card in the center, and of course it's not on top because we have not done anything, but look, just like that, 8 of diamonds jumps all the way to the top. So this is a quick example of what you can honestly do with a deck of cards, and this deck is really bad, it fans really bad. Look at this. It's difficult to do the loophole spread. This deck is definitely horrible, and it's difficult to do stuff with this deck of cards. So let's do something more. Let's just place it in the middle for fun, and let's give the deck few shuffles. I am not much of a flourisher, but I can do some stuff, but still I don't do flourishes a lot when I perform, but still I can do it. Oh wait, this is not the card. We picked, I think it was the 8 of diamonds. So just like that, the signed 8 of diamonds, which we picked, and then I failed. Man, god damn it, I failed. I'm sorry for this. Let me also try other moves as well, alright? So 8 of diamonds, and I'm going to take the 8, place it in the center, and now it's once again on top. So that's one of the moves I wanted to try out. As you can see, flicker and bullet. You know, this is indeed a little bit difficult with this deck, but it's because I'm not used to this deck, so that's why it's a little bit difficult for me, because I am not used to this deck of cards. Just like that, 8 of diamonds is back. And you know, right now I'm just playing around. I honestly don't know what I'm doing with the deck. Let's also try this move. This is a move that I'm going to do in a moment. This move is a little bit difficult for most magicians. Just like that. And the card was actually switched, and it's actually the 3rd from the top. Normally when you do it, the card actually gets switched to the 2nd card of the top, but this deck is indeed, as you can see, clumpy, so it is difficult. But if you buy a brand new deck of these cards, then it's not as clumpy, and then all the moves are easier, and then the cards, they are not, you know, as ruined when you buy a new deck of cards like this. Let's try some more awesome stuff with this deck of cards. Card goes in the center, and with this shit fan, the card jumps all the way to the top. Awesome, right? Let's make it vanish, just like that. It actually disappears, and no one really knows where the card is. So yeah, but you know, the card did actually disappear, and now it's right here. Yes, just like that. Let's honestly try the one-handed palm. So the card is actually on top. Just like that, the card is in the palm. Let's also try this. 8 of diamonds. Wait, this was the 8 of diamonds, right? So 8 of diamonds goes in the center of the deck, and now I have it in my palm. together with another card. So yes, once again, 8 of diamonds goes in the center, so you can remember it, and just like that I have actually palmed the card. So, you know, these are just few examples, so I can prove to you guys that you can honestly use any deck you want, and you don't have to use a good deck of cards to do good magic. Oh man, whew. Man, that was a big one. That's what she said. Let me also talk about this deck, alright? This is the prototype mint deck with Assad at 52 cards he sent me. Oh man, this is disgusting. Oh man, I have boogers on my arm. I have boogers. Oh man, this is disgusting. Alright, alright, Assad, I'm sorry for this, but there are boogers on your cards now. Man. Alright, anyways, I got this deck from 52 cards, and a lot of people, they were surprised that I was able to handle a prototype deck so good as I did. And honestly, you know, as I said before, you can do anything you want with any deck, and it really doesn't matter which quality deck you're using. I mean, this deck is good enough to perform, so is this deck. This piece of shit Chinese deck is also good enough to perform with, but still, I mean, like, this is also good to perform with, but really it doesn't matter which deck you use. And you know, that's the truth, it really is. As a magician, you should be able to buy a deck of cards for $5 or $10 or $2, and you should be able to make at least $50 of that deck by performing. And you know, you can easily buy a deck and then you can make, you know, $50 for performing if you know how to perform, but it doesn't matter which deck you're using, if this makes sense, which I actually hope. This prototype of the mint deck is also produced in China. Man, this feels uncomfortable. I hate when I have something in my pockets. I don't like the feeling. But this deck is also, this prototype version of the mint deck is also produced by China, I think it is, and still, you know, it handles better than most decks. And honestly, I want to say that this prototype deck handles better than the decks produced at the Expert Planker Company. So, you know, I mean, I would never perform with this deck, because right now I do have the options to use decks like this, so I would not perform with decks made from China. I would not do it because I do have the option to use these decks, but I have performed with, you know, bad Chinese playing cards, and, you know, got paid a couple of hundreds or even couple of $1,000s by using a Chinese deck of cards. So it really doesn't matter which deck you're actually using. And by the way, if you want to know who signed the box, because I got some comments about this, the box is signed by Wayne Houghton and his wife. So anyways, all that I'm trying to say is that you are able to perform with a bad deck of cards, and a lot of people, they ask me, how do you get paid doing magic and stuff like that. I will maybe explain that in a different video, or maybe I will write a little PDF or a book about it on how how you can make money by doing magic if you really want to, but still you're able to get money by performing with any deck you want. It really doesn't matter. Ask a spectator to take a card. Alright, 9 of diamonds, you can remember it, you can also remember it, right? Now look, I'm gonna find your card, boop, just like that. Oh shit, that's not your card. What was it? Can you snap your fingers? Snap, just like that, and it changes. So, you know, you can do anything you want with any deck of cards. So anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video, which has been requested a lot, honestly, and this is quite simple. So here's how it looks like. King of Spades, for instance, and the King of Spades is going to go in the center, and now the king is actually on top. So let me do this, you know, a couple of more times. The king is actually on top of the deck, and I'm going to place it around the center.